Good afternoon. Can we all rise for the national anthem and the AU anthem, please? Thank you, Soundman.
This is NBC One. It's ours.
Paying your TV license just got a whole lot easier. That's right. You can now make your TV license payments at any PEP
necessary attention which they deserve, such as unemployment, substance abuse, and drug trafficking in Khomasdal. Oh, that is our number one problem here. Is it really good if our children throw away their lives like that? Our young people. Walk around in Khomasdal, then you will see carcasses going around. Half-dead people, zombies. And all that we think about in Khomasdal is using drugs and drinking alcohol, keeping us busy with those flimsy, superficial things, missing out on the real stuff that matters. We have sexual targeting going on our women in Khomasdal, almost to the state where we can declare a silent sort of ethnic cleansing thing going on there. These are realities on the ground. We have gangsterism, and with the crime rate that is slowly but steadily rising in Khomasdal because of this unemployment. And because of this unemployment, we've got despondency of our youth. They have no hope anymore. The few that work do not give a hand to the rest of us that are not working. So this meeting today is a very crucial meeting. It's a very important meeting where we invited our candidates. We want to know from you about the safety aspect in Khomasdal. I want to steer your thoughts in a certain direction. We want to know from you about economic empowerment opportunities for Khomasdal. We want to know from you about the improvement of the lives of the people in Khomasdal. We want to know of you, what are you going to do about including our people also? Inclusion. Because we have been excluded for too long now. 35 years is a lifetime. We want to know how you are going to represent us. How are you going to represent those people that are there at the sports stadium, those poor people? How are you going to represent all these poor people that are staying in the breaches, under the breaches? These drug guys, how are you representing us? These 35 years, the candidates have come, we voted for them, and then they vanish. We don't know you anymore. We don't know where you are. You forget us. We vote for you. We don't matter to you anymore. Well, I've got news for you today. Our votes and our support, we are more than our votes and our support. We are human beings. We are Namibians. We are residents of Khomasdal. We also deserve to be treated with respect and to be included and not to be forgotten. This is what we ask of you today. And this is why this meeting was called today. It's an important day to hear what the candidates have to offer to us. And it's also an important day for us also to ask you questions. You are therefore welcome to pose your questions to the candidates. This should be a new dawn for Khomasdal, for positive transformation. It should be an opportunity for us to cast informed votes. We do not want to vote blindly anymore. That blind loyalty has cost Khomasdal a great lot. We don't want to vote like that anymore. We say today, enough is enough. Just my last word there before I'm going to close off. There was a poor family in Donkerhoek who had two deaths, one after the other, in the same house. They went to the constituency office for help for both those burials. Nothing. They do not have insurance policies. They are too poor for that. What did they receive? 10 kilograms of maize meal, and then that was it. There's no help for the poor in Khomasdal. If I've got a job and I'm secure, that is not enough. There are also other factors that also impact us on a daily basis. One of them being the municipality. We all know that very sad story there. So how are proceedings going to take place today? Each candidate will have 5 minutes to make a presentation of their manifestos. And after the one constituency is finished, which is Khomasdal, if their candidates are finished, then we will have 30 minutes opportunity to ask them questions. Then we will have the next constituency, which is Windhoek West. They will also have each 5 minutes, and then they will also have 30 minutes question and answers, a question and answer session. Mrs. Not Belinda. Mrs. Belinda Krikwa from Asoli also asked us to make a presentation today as a candidate for Windhoek City Council. Am I right? Yes. The candidates will be introduced as we move on with the proceedings. So everybody is welcome to ask questions. The two SWAPO candidates, Mr. Wayne G. Sissing and Ms. Emma Tangi Muteka, asked for their apology. Apparently they cannot be here. Ms. Muteka has got another appointment, and Mr. Sissing is writing exams. Mr. Sissing said he might be a little bit late, so we'll see. We've got a timekeeper here, Mr. Remus Petersen, who's going to keep the time so that we don't drag things too long. And now, I'm inviting the candidates one by one of Khomasdal constituency to make presentations of 5 minutes each. Please stick to the time. First is Mr. Festus Haukongo. Is he here? Of AR. Thank you. Please, candidates, introduce yourselves before you make your presentations. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Penny. You're welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for this great platform that we were invited today to be here and to share our ideologies as to what are we going to do for our community once we resume the hot seat. And for me, I would like also to thank Mr. Benny for organizing this event, because it is very important and crucial within our communities. And if it was within my powers, I would suggest that all the constituencies should do the same. But I appreciate the people of Khomasdal because you just showed us that how serious you are when it comes to your constituency. As a candidate deployed by the AR, I'm also going to show you what we are going to do for you as a community moving forward. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Festus N. Haukongo, and obviously deployed by the AR movement, right? A vibrant young leader with a goal to serve all community members of Khomasdal constituency, right? Guided by the ideals of the AR, and we stand for justice, equity, and transparency. That's what the AR movement stands for. Well, I am running to serve the community with honest vision and action. My campaign is rooted in restoring the dignity of our people in Khomasdal constituency. And we should understand that when we talk of Khomasdal constituency, we are also talking of the people at the informal settlement. That includes the Sevende land, Achtste land. So those people falls under our constituency, unfortunately. So it's Khomasdal formal and Khomasdal informal. So my vision will be committed to build a constituency where every resident feels empowered, supported, and inclusive and progressive community. That is the kind of community that I'm looking forward to establish when I resume the office as a councillor of Khomasdal constituency. So my action plan goes as follows. Housing and infrastructures. We are very much aware that when we talk about housing, as councillors, we should be very careful because it's not in our jurisdictions when it comes to housing. But as the councillor of Khomasdal constituency, I will take the responsibility upon my shoulders to work hand in hand with the city of Windhoek and to ensure that at least our people get the recognitions of them getting the houses, proper houses. We have a scenario whereby the scarcity of a serviced land, it is what is prompting our people today to erect shacks there. When you go to Ochomwise there, our people are forced to erect shacks at the riverbeds. Why? Because of the scarcity of us not having a serviced land in order for our people to have a proper and erect their good standard houses. So I will take it upon myself and will engage with the city of Windhoek that our people need land. Our people need houses. Well, and I will be advocating for affordable housing projects for the community, upgrade roads, street lights, and drainage system. Because imagine we can't have a constituency whereby one side of the constituency, there is no a drainage system. Where is the dignity of our people then? How do we protect, how is the dignity of our people protected in that way? So we are going to ensure that drainage systems, they have been built so that our people cannot be always rounding off to the nearest bush whenever nature calls. So that does not, we need to uphold the dignity of our people. My point will be upgrading roads, street lights, and drainage. Obviously, we know that the site of Khomasdal formal, the roads are well upgraded. At least you have street lights. But I am not saying we are not going to include you within our plans. No, you are the people that I want to work hand in hand with to ensure that our constituency, we integrate it with the informal settlements because it's one constituency. And by integrating the informal, we are going to have what we call equality of distribution of resources. And those people, they need the recognition, the legal recognition of the city of Windhoek. They need to be involved in the long-term plan of the city of Windhoek. So that will be one of my points. Access to clean water and a reliable electricity. Our people still need that within our constituency, I mean. We still have people up to now, they do not have electricity, right? They do not have clean water. Some of them even have to walk distances just in order for them to get clean water. So we have to deal with that as a councillor. Right, now my other point before I move on, we as a community, we should understand that as the councillors, we do not have direct funds. You must understand that enable us to implement our plan fast. So there is other channels that we need to go through in order for the funds to be allocated to us. But we are going to fight as councillors so that the central government should release funds to the constituency level in order for us to be implementing our plans fast and resolve the issues within our communities in a shorter period. So that is one of the battles we are faced as councillors, and I'm just bringing it under your attention as our people, that you must understand that councillors do not have a straight budget allocated to them. So, and in most cases, it prompts councillors to fail to deliver. But as the AR incoming councillor, I guarantee you, we will fight for you until the last drop. So I am going to touch on education, introducing school programs, vocational trainings, and support local schools. Our schools currently, they need our support as a community because they are within our communities and our children goes to those schools. So we need also to support those schools. And how are we going to support these schools? We are going to support them in terms of equipments. So there are certain equipments that the school need. For example, for the learners that are doing science, they need equipments in their labs in order for them to function. So we have to meet our schools within our constituency. And going to the healthcare, we are going to ensure that our clinics have the necessary equipments always so that our people cannot always be in long queues, and sometimes services to our people are being delayed because of certain equipment that are not within our clinics. So as councillors, we need to work hand in hand with our health sectors, the clinics. My other point is mobility. Okay. Timekeeper? Okay. Is it time? Oh, I must just, okay, let me just be quick. Ensuring our clinics have necessity equipment, always mobility, health, outreaches for elderly and vulnerable, campaigns on mental health, and to raise awareness on substance abuse. We know very well that our youth currently, they are more on using drugs and other substances. Why? Because there is no campaigns to raise awareness. There's not enough campaigns to raise awareness and to help these young people. So we need to introduce more campaigns that are going to engage our young people, because remember, a young person is somebody with full of energy. And if their energy is not utilized in a good manner, they always find a way to utilize their energy in something that is not constructive. And we know that is why the crime rate today, because of now poor policing, today the crime rate in Khomasdal constituency is skyrocketing. So we are going to work hand in hand with the police, whereby we are going to join forces with the police to increase patrols and community policing. If my time is not up, my time is up. All right, thank you very much. I will be open for questioning.
Thank you so much, Mr. Festus Aukongo. That was Mr. Festus Aukongo from the AR. Next up, we've got Mr. Gabriel Augustus. Mr. Gabriel Augustus of PDM.
Thank you very much. I just want to check on time. How much time or minutes are allocated to us? Is it 10 minutes, 5 minutes? All right. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, my esteemed Khomasdalians community. Yeah, my name is Gabriel Augustus. I'm staying in Khomasdal for almost 15 years. Yeah, I would like to thank the organizer of this event, even though there's a question of where is the community? Whom are we addressing to? Now, straight to the point. When I'm voted into office or elected into office in Khomasdal constituency, I'm prepared to serve the community. I believe in diversity and teamwork. We have so many culture, tradition, values in terms of tribes, ethnicity. We need to serve everyone. But when you look at Khomasdal, proper old Khomasdal, Khomasdal is actually demarcated in so many extensions. But the service delivery around the issue of services is not properly arranged. But before I go far, I am the Secretary for Organization serving the Popular Democratic Movement, PDM. My area of focus is quite simple. When it comes to the local and regional authority election, it's more personal. It's more personal. Is the houses where we live, the water that we are getting from the municipality, and the roads that we are using on a daily basis, and our houses where we live in. Now, I'm going to highlight the very most important areas of focus that we need to improve. First and foremost, we have got so many talented young people in Khomasdal, but they are jobless. Why? 37% of them are unemployed. And when you look at the informal settlement, we have got 75,000 people who doesn't have proper houses. No proper houses. Where is our councillor? Are we talking to our councillor? Are we engaging our councillor? Are the elected councillor coming closer to the people to inform the people about these challenges that we are facing? The issue of healthcare services is not well managed in our community, especially in Khomasdal. People are walking long distances to access only one nurse at the clinic. And sometimes, or in most cases, at that specific clinic, that clinic is not equipped with skilled nurses. There is no sufficient medicine, and the way people are being treated, it's in question. So we need really to advocate for quality healthcare services in Khomasdal in particular. Let's look at sanitation, the area of sanitation. Yesterday we went to Samora Machel to advocate for clean water, toilets, and nice, proper roads for our communities. But in Khomasdal, there are informal settlements, especially in Sevendeland, Axteland. No proper roads, no electricity, no water. People are really working a distance to have access to basic services. Now, when you look at our roads infrastructure, you are questioning yourself, is this Khomasdal where we are living in? There is no proper planning between the municipality and the community in order for people to also air their views, to say, what is the difference between Sevendeland and Axteland and proper Khomasdal? Why are we not having equal services as communities? Now, what we are trying to advocate is we need street lights, not the lights that are facing down, street lights, for people to see what is happening. And to complement those street lights, we need cameras, the surveillance cameras for footage to control crime. Because crime is very on a higher alarming rate, and our kids are not safe, our families are not safe. So we need really to engage the municipality, if we are to be voted in office as a council, to strengthen and to fasten those services that are really needed by the community. The other thing is we need library for our kids, and also playground for our kids. Our kids are not safe. And we need to work with religious leaders, community-based organization, and all stakeholders must be on board so that we can introduce this what we call community hall conversation with the residents of Khomasdal. Lastly, education. Our kids at school, some of them are not from a well-parental system or household. They are suffering in terms of mental health and also psychological effects that the treatment that they are getting from the homes. So we need social worker to be part of the community in order to assist our people who are suffering or who are experiencing mental health. So that's basically my presentation, and let's keep the unity and make sure that everyone is treated the same as per our constitutional rights, dignity for all. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gabriel Augustus. That was Mr. Gabriel Augustus of the PDM. I think there's something a little bit with the sound in me. Yeah, the echo effect. No, because of, I do not know if we are aware of that, but there are a few COVID cases in Windhoek now. Yes. COVID is here, so that's why we also space the chairs like that. So let's please keep it like that. Sister, you can move the chair, then you can sit here. Yeah. Yes, Mr. Soundman, you can hear what she's saying? She's saying yes. Thank you. Next up, we've got, ma'am, we value your input. Thank you. Mr. Gert Kovatsep of the LPM, is he here? Then we've got Mrs. Margaret Jane Polser from the Republican Party.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me, Benny. Thank you for coming to listen to what I can offer from my office. I'm Ms. Margaret Jane Polser, better known as Daphne, community activist ever since. I was born and bred in Khomasdal, was schooling here. All my life, I'm active in the community. So this is not something new for me. I have a passion for my community and its needs, specifically our children and elderly. I've learned through my careers in very high offices that good governance is a key part from having good ideas on paper and good intentions on paper. My actions will definitely speak louder than my words. My office will foster a culture of accountability and transparency to answer to the plight of my community who votes for me in power. My vision is for a safer and a cleaner environment, to bring back the dignity of our community, especially my homeless family who is decreasing daily due to a lack of proper housing, basic needs like clean water, electricity, and clean water and access to cheaper electricity. I want to create a God-fearing nation by bringing back the Bible to schools through a subject like Bible study as in my early days. Because everything started with God and everything ends with God. More health facilities which must be open 24/7 to avoid this queuing at the emergency units at the hospitals. Door-to-door health workers, especially for my pension elderly people who is bedridden. That was done in the past, a monthly home visits from the nurses, health workers, home care facilities. More sports activities to instill discipline in youth, our future leaders. Because our youth is very bored. They don't have sports facilities. They don't have anything to do which is concrete to build their dignity again. A reading culture for our community by bringing a library in Khomasdal. Khomasdal have very limited facilities for our kids. A library which can have free access to Wi-Fi, where they can do research, where they can do their homework, where they can learn to be a leader, which is a reading culture, which can be enforced. Then my manifesto is, my fundamental principles is disciplines in schools, God-fearing education system, a judicial system based on God's word. Our community comes first in all decision-making, and the outcome should benefit my community in our region. Unemployment and poverty will be a collective effort to strive to eradicate poverty and address the failure of the government for the past 36 years. To initiate, support, and subsidize sustainable labor-intensive development projects throughout our region. To ensure that government provides labor-intensive projects. Youth empowerment is also one of my key will be one of my key priorities. Together as a team, we can equip young change makers with fresh, vibrant ideas. Empower the leaders of tomorrow through educational programs after schools and during holiday breaks. We want to upscale our sports facilities where discipline is a fundamental aspect of growing a healthy community. The outcome of youth involvement to improve their academic performance or achievements, so well their behaviors too. Involve parents in healthy tasks and healthy talks, because a healthy community, a healthy home creates a healthy community, so a healthy nation. A youth desk will be one of my priorities, who will be responsible for their own youth programs by the supervision of elderly people. Health, to have more clinics in constituencies which is fully equipped with registered nurse 24/7 if possible. Medical attention and free medication is fundamental because lately in our clinics we don't have our chronic medication, so our elderly people have to use their pension money to buy very expensive medical equipments and medical treatments. The vulnerable and pensioners, my vulnerable homeless community, also to get free medical treatment, because whenever they go to clinics they must pay, and they don't have that much resources to pay for their medical health. Transparency and accountability. I foster to have an open door policy. Delegate responsibilities among communities who is committed to a better living standard for all. And then housing also and safety for our people is also one of my key priorities. Fully serviced land to ensure affordable housing to the most vulnerable of our community. Neighbourhood watchers who is responsible for 24-hour watch together with policing by foot to ensure safety for our community, young and old. Safeguard our riverbeds and dodgy areas, which is breeding places for evil. Our roads, it's raining season now. Our roads is no more potholes, but it's now rivers. My office will be having 4 pillars. Foundation will stand on 4 pillars. Integrity, confidence, perseverance, and passion. So if it happened that my community vote me into power, it will be for us and not for me. Together we will be stronger, and together we will make an effort to make Khomasdal a dignified place again. Khomasdal was in the past the heart of Windhoek, but now we have a lot of dilapidated places which we can use for shelters for our children, shelter for the battered women, shelter for our homeless people. God bless Namibia. Amen.
Thank you so much, Madam Polser. That was Madam Margaret Jane Polser from the Republican Party. Next up, we've got Mr. Ricardo Tarweb of UDF.
Ik kan niet komen staan en met Engels beginnen. Dat is ik van Khomasdal niet. Dat is ik van Khomasdal niet. Ik moet heistal beginnen praten. Dat jullie kan voor mij verstaan. Nee. My name is Ricardo Tarweb. I stand as a candidate from UDF. One thing that I want to tell my community is I am not a politician. Politician is someone that appears when election arrives and disappear after elections. I am a community leader. By that, I will stay with you guys each and every day. What I have for my Khomasdal community and constituency is something simple but doable. Number one, we need to unite Khomasdal community. We need to unite Khomasdal community. How are we going to do that? Through network programs, through churches, so that we can be one. Khomasdal community is facing a lot of challenges: water, electricity, and sanitation. Constituency councillors are not, we are not there to give you electricity. That's for local authority council, which is City of Windhoek. But me as constituency councillor, I will work hand in hand with City of Windhoek councillors so that they must bring needed services to my constituency. Secondly, I will declare war against drugs and alcohol abuse. I will declare war against drugs and alcohol abuse. When was the last time that Namibian police have arrested a drugs dealer in Khomasdal? You tell me, when was the last time? But our children are using drugs every day on the streets. And we know who are selling the drugs. We know them. How am I going to do that? We need to resolve drug squad in Windhoek. There are police officers that are on the payroll of drugs cartels. And that needs to be changed. Khomasdal and Ochumisi are two different locations with two different needs. Sieverdeland, Axteland, yes, they need water and electricity. As I said, I will work with City of Windhoek. But coming to this side of Khomasdal, City of Windhoek is talking about building smart city. How do you want to build a smart city while we are still using old drain systems? We need to fix those problems. Secondly, sports. Sports. When was the last time that we from Khomasdal have produced a superstar out of our community? Yes, olden days we used to have Kosi Springbok, Khola, Sanderman, but now we don't have. I will bring back sports. Khomasdal B Stadium needs to be fixed, and Khomasdal community needs to have a proper soccer team. Why can we not reverse the Jangwans? Why can we not bring back Jangwans? Once we bring back Jangwans, then we are bringing the whole Khomasdal community together. Lastly, churches. Our churches are playing very important role in our communities. For example, Khomasdal is one of the locations that have most drugs dealers or most drug users. But we don't have even a single rehabilitation center in Windhoek. Now, in absence of rehabilitation center, what can we do? Then we can work with churches. then we need to empower our pastors, our churches, so that they must deal with this social ill. And I will fight so that we can get a rehabilitation center in Khomasdal for our children. Now, we have young people that is educated, but they don't have jobs. They are just at home doing nothing. Times are gone that we have to stand up and look for employment. It's gone. Our youth, they already have education, but they just need opportunity to get jobs. Why can we not give them training so that they must start their own businesses? Or is it must that we must go work for someone else? And looking for employment, it's something else. You need to have 3 years experience, 4 years experience. You just graduate from university. You need to have proper training. How are we going to do that? I will work with NGOs, state-owned enterprises, so that they must skill our youth to start their own businesses. Lastly, Khomasdal community need a leader, not a councillor. Khomasdal community needs someone that will address their issues, not a leader that will drive political agendas, not a leader that will work things that he thinks will empower Khomasdal community. I am that leader that will have an open door policy for each and every Khomasdal community member. No matter who you are, where you stay, what you have. I will have an open door policy where anyone can come in and talk with me on a daily basis. Not the absent leader, not a leader that will be always out of the office, but with me, I will be that leader that will visit you at your houses, because I know the issues that my people are sitting with. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ricardo Tarweb. That was Mr. Ricardo Tarweb of the UDF. He's not here. Mr. Uzikama Kanji of Nudo. And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our session for Khomasdal constituency. Let's all give them a round of applause. I am most impressed by the realities that you point out in Khomasdal. I'm more impressed of what you promise for Khomasdal in terms of the reality on the ground. I wish you all best of luck. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would give you the floor. You may ask them any questions. Remember, we had Mr. Festus Haukonko of AR. Please put up your hand. Mr. Festus of AR. Gabriel Augustus of PDM. Margaret Jane of RP. Ricardo Tarwet of UDF. So those are the candidates that you can pose questions to. You can go ahead. Any questions? Yes, sir. Sound please for that mic.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear
Can
you,
you
sir.
hear me? You don't mind a little criticism on the campaigns. The problem that we have in Namibia is the campaigns normally take the form of promises to the people. When you have a democracy, a true democracy is built on the power of the people. Now, if you have a regional structure, or whether it's a local government structure, or if it's a national government structure, the basic problem is if the people have no power to change things. We have educational problems. You know that our educational system has collapsed. 98% of the teachers can't speak English, but we teach English. And you know that if you can't teach the language, you cannot teach science, you cannot teach mathematics, you can't teach literature, you can't teach anything. So, and who can solve that? It's not you. What you are, you should be the conduits for the power of the people. Now, I haven't heard any one of the speakers speaking about structures within the community for whom you are going to be a mouthpiece. And believe you me, I live in this community, but I don't know all their problems. The only way that they can get their problems looked at is if they can articulate it themselves. Are there structures? Are you promising that you will build structures? If you do, I will support you and I'll help build you those structures. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You may come take. First, there's a response. You want to respond on that? Yes, sir, please. Please do.
Thank you very much for your points there. We take note of that. But it was not maybe because of the time that we were given. We didn't prepare a speech of only 5 minutes. I prepared like to unpack my whole stuffs, like maybe 7, 8, 10 minutes. That could be sufficient for me. But on your point, obviously we, as the AR councillor, we have that in place that we are going to create a platform whereby we are going to have engagements with the community so that we listen to their points, and then based on their points, as well as involve them into decision makings. We don't want to have a scenario whereby the government just stand up and then start giving to the people what the people really don't need. We as councillors, we need to go down on the ground and engage with our people. We are not going to push them away. Those plans, they are in place. They are our people. We will engage with them on a daily basis if need be. Thank you very much.
Do we have any candidate that wants to respond still? Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, our senior. Your question is quite relevant. Yeah, for those who are coming in now, my name is Gabriel Augustus. I am the candidate for Khomasdal constituency, and PDM is my party. Yeah, it's just probably the echo or the way we are expressing ourselves. We are not listening to each other properly. Yes, Khomasdal doesn't have really structures that we know. But in my, not speech, but in my statements or points that I've conveyed to the community, we need community dialogue. Community dialogue. Like I said, our beliefs, our tradition is quite different. The way we see things is quite different. The way we observe and assess situations. So, like in my case, have an open door policy where you bring everybody on board, but listen to the people. The people must engage. The people must tell their problems or challenges or concern to you as a councillor. Don't impose, but listen to them, listen to their contribution. In such a way, you will then know what type of service does that community require. Then, as a councillor, you bring now everybody utilizing the services, bringing services closer to them. Saving the land, just a minute. Saving the land. If a person got a $50 e-wallet, he or she will come to the shops and pay tax, a tax, and then go back. That person doesn't have money anymore. But if you say we must have a mobile ATM, mobile clinic, mobile fire brigade, then you bring services closer to the people. Those are the structural. We have neighborhoods, but the neighborhoods we are not speaking together. I thank you.
My name is Ricardo. Thank you for a very valid point. But again, what I will ask is, I said in my speech that I will have an open door policy where anyone can come anytime. Now, since I was working on the radio, councillors are struggling. When they call meetings, community people don't attend meetings. So how are we going to have those structures? How are we going to work together if communities are not attending meetings? Now for me, once I take over the office, 3rd of December, I will invite you, sir, so that we can have this dialogue and then see how we can work this out. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, for me, I also believe in an open door policy. And as a leader, I can also be a follower. That's why we can engage with each other. We put everything on table, and then we take it from there on, because it's a community effort to make a change in Khomasdal. It's not a one-man show. It will definitely be a community effort. I thank you.
Thank you. We've got one question here from Mr. Gille.
Hello. Yeah, I got only one question, and that's for everybody today. Many leaders speak about change, but few define it. What is one specific transformation you want to this community to see and feel within the first 12 months? Or how will we measure it? Can you please answer that? Can I repeat again? Yeah, repeat the question. Many leaders speak about change, but few define it. Is it okay up to there? Yeah. What is one specific transformation you want this community to see and feel within your first 12 months? And how will we measure it?
Is that question clear? Is the question not, is it clear? All right. Would like to respond?
Yes, please. For my 12 months, I want to ensure a cleaner, safer Khomasdal or Chimise, Sevendalan, Axtalan. To clean the riverbeds, to make these roads, which is now not potholes anymore, but riverbeds, to start with that. And that is to create job for our homeless people, for our jobless people, to help amend these roads again. And then the policing on foot, at least, policing at foot to watch on these dodgy riverbeds and things for my first 12 months. Together with community projects, safer and cleaner with community projects, which is already busy running. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Can I?
Yes, you may, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir, for your valid question. The PDM of Namibia believe in change. That's our focus area. But change must be a consultative process. So what I will do in terms of the transformation within the 1 year or 12 months, I will have a young person representing the youth within the community, an elderly representing the elderly people, and then women. Why? Those are the pillar of communication. When you do that, you are allowing the balance in terms of information sharing within that specific community. Only if you do the following. 1, create awareness. I will create awareness. 2, I will have a referral, because I won't have answer for myself, everything. I will create a referral system. If it's something got to do with security, I consult the NAMPOL or the city police in that area. If it's something that you need to pay attention to mental health, I will consult social worker. That's what we need to implement strongly for service, to bring the services closer to the people. I echo what my brothers have said. Let's stop promising people because of our tummy. That's the danger that separates service delivery with the community. I thank you.
Thank you, sir. Please.
My people, first of all, as a community, right? First of all, as a community, we must find the road to all the problems within our communities. Because then, if we don't know the roots of all the challenges we face as a community, we will be dealing with petty issues. So, first of all, as an AR candidate, we have a long-term plan for the community of Khomasdal. A long-term plan whereby, as I indicated earlier, that I want to build a constituency whereby every resident, they feel empowered, that is number one, supported, right? Inclusive and a progressive community. So, how are we going to progress as a community if we still have a gap that we need to fill? I see many leaders, when we are addressing you, we are only referring to Khomasdal here. As I told you earlier, Khomasdal goes until 7th landed site. So we need to bridge the gap in terms of service delivery, and then these two cannot be, they cannot grow separately. They need to grow as the same constituency. So first of all, my focus will be that we want to integrate the formal and the informal settlement within the Khomasdal constituency. It's very important. So we are not going to deal with the petty issues. No, we have to look for the issues that are really affecting us as a community. So I think my point is clear, and you'll be my judges when it's now a year, you'll be my judges. But one thing I can guarantee you as the AR councillor, we are going to fight for you. We are going to fight for every group within the Khomasdal constituency. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We've got a question on the floor.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Sean Garisep. I want to make a comment and also pose a question. I'm not from Khomasdal constituency, but I'm a resident of Windhoek. I want to start by giving
Please.
I want to start by giving a comment which Mr. Benny said in the beginning. He said, Khomasdal community is neglected for 34 years. Last year, there was what is called a delimitations commission. That commission goes around and then people make presentations to say that because of 1, 2, and 3 reasons, we feel this constituency must be divided in 2. Khomasdal constituency is that constituency where we made a proposal that Khomasdal constituency must be divided from Ochomise. From the presentations, it's very clear. It's very easy to lean towards the informal settlement of Ochomise. But Khomasdal and Ochomise will never be one. Because, like he said, one office is in Windhoek West, one office is in Ochomise. Khomasdal is suffering. And what the people are saying about Khomasdal suffering, they mean the original Khomasdal proper. Now, even if you have a budget, like there is a budget for the informal settlement now, for formalization, it will affect Khomasdal because it's easy to lean for political expediency towards bringing lights to the informal settlement, bringing roads to the informal settlement, and bringing clinics. The people are saying, wat sal gebeur aan Khomasdal? Our Khomasdal is suffering. I have also picked up that many of the candidates are talking about how long they've lived, and I'm picking up one candidate is born and bred. Now, the reason why I pose this is, as myself, I'm from another constituency. Sometimes we live in these constituencies, and to pose or make presentations is easy. But when the presentations are done, like Ricardo was saying, when the presentations are done and when the elections are done, the constituents are the ones that are suffering. I want to pose to the candidates. If you go into the office, you are going to find challenges. For example, this constituency is having 75,000 people, but the community development fund is only 250,000. Just 2 days ago, the regional council already launched a 5-year strategic plan. What are you going to do when you find that strategic plan and all your promises don't speak to that strategic plan? What will you do? How are you going to answer to these constituents who have voted you in? I thank you.
Thank you. Ma'am? Oh, okay. Okay. They want to respond first. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know the last part, whether it was a question or a comment, but for me, what they did last week, I will not support that. I will never support outgoing councillors' plan. They failed in these last 5 years. How am I going to support that? And there's no way that we will, or I will, walk in Khomasdal alone. Khomasdal now, currently, as we talk, Khomasdal, Ochomise, Axteland, it's a one constituency. Let's understand that part. So there is no way a councillor will obtain the office and say that I will only work with Khomasdal community and Sivateland. There is no way. The last part is, look, the issues and the challenges will be different from Khomasdal, Ochomise, and Axteland. For example, people in Axteland, they need electricity, water, and sanitation. Here in Khomasdal, we talk about drainage system. We talk about Khomasdal, it's now dirty. We talk about drugs and alcohol abuse. It's somewhere here in Khomasdal. So those are the elements that we need to look and eat. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, if I may add a bit to what my colleague have alluded to, we need to learn to follow structures. Structures is quite important. Now, if we've got the Ministry of Land, Urban and Rural, we need to consult them. We need to consult. Our people don't want this or our people want this. It's democracy. Now, there are policies that are there that we don't know, that we need to read, understand, and probably change as per our community needs. I give you an example. I'm actually scared to be out of question. Let there be a declaration through Cabinet or National Council to say, let's divide Khomasdal. Then the community will bless it or not bless it. Let the community write to the ministry to say, we want this to happen. Then the ministry will, and the local authority will understand. It's a policy-driven system that we are dealing with. Lastly, in Sjevendeland, Axteland, there are educated people, whether young or old. The people's voice was never heard, and it was not incorporated in development. For 5 years, no roads, no sanitation, no water. What is that? Is that dignity? So we need to bring the people together, let the people themselves decide, because they were never given an opportunity to conversate with their leaders. Some of them, they don't even they don't know their leaders, how they look like, the face-wise. They just hear the name, but in terms of economical development, zero. And we need to change that. I thank you.
Thank you. Now, yeah, time is moving. There's a mic behind you.
Its purpose is economic exclusion. Now, the constituency is too big. And what you as a constituency councillor will get when you go in office is what somebody who's having 30,000 constituents will get, just 250,000. So the resources cannot cater for Khomasdal and Ochomise together. So my question was, are you cognizant to that there are sentiments that Khomasdal must be divided in two? In fact, a lot of constituencies have raised that to say that because the constituency is too big, and if you are rolling out provisions and saying it's for Khomasdal constituency, that's where you leave out Khomasdal proper, because you are rolling out everything to Ochomise side because it's new. That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
Thank you. I think I will have to stop there.
Okay.
Because of the time factor.
1 minute. Can I just?
Only men ask questions. Okay, to be fair. Thank you, sir. To be fair, let me give you this opportunity. Yes, please.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Gabriela Statower. I just want to thank the council candidates for coming and for taking this very seriously. I can see how each candidate is taking it very seriously. But I only have 2 questions, and it's for particular candidates. So it's just one answer, so don't take time. I just want to ask for to my mother here from RP. You mentioned that young people will lead programs, but also that they will be under elderly supervision. If I didn't hear that incorrectly, how will that genuinely empower young people? And how do you ensure that their ideas are not controlled and limited by those that they are, by older people and by older views, especially when young people in Khomasdal want to be in leadership and decision-making positions, and not just symbolic leadership positions? And then to my brother, Ricardo, you spoke about a lack of sports facilities and the drug trafficking networks that exist, which are important points. But drugs and alcohol, substance abuse in Khomasdal also come from deeper issues like unemployment, depression, hopelessness, lack of youth support services. So how will UDF, how will you as a councillor address those underlying social issues and not just the physical, tangible parts? Because I think there's more to drug and alcohol abuse than just young people wanting to use drugs and alcohol. If there were other things, like you said, the sports facilities, if there were other things that young people could do, then maybe they would be staying away from drugs and alcohol. Thank you.
The question was addressed to?
The first question was to Auntie Margaret.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for the question. Yeah, you know, young people have many good ideas and intentions. And it's bringing in stakeholders like the hospital mental issues. The municipality also have programs which they run. And we have these boy child and girl child activities which can be bring back, like even the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts, so that they can start being dignified in their upbringing. So if we give them a chance to run their own youth desk, we can help them with the supervise of elderly people. I know our ideas is out-fashioned, but if we can guide them through biblical principles also, then we can bring the youth back in their normal dignity so that they can grow up in a dignified way and to be stronger leaders that we are now present. Because the time of these changes of technology, everything, it's running so fast that we elderly people does not have track with it, but the young girls and the young boys, they are more advanced, and then they can do their own thing by supervision by the elderly. I hope I answer.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I hope that if you are elected, that there will definitely be an intergenerational exchange, just as much as we can learn from you.
Yes.
That the elderly can also learn from the young people.
Yes,
So thank you.
that's why I opt for an open door policy. Thank you.
We will have our last candidate before we move on with the program.
When I start my presentation, I said Khomasdal community was then a unified community. When you and me grown up, our parents, they were always together. And I want to see that. I want to see really that. But talking about drugs, before we talk about drugs, we need to know what are the contributing factors that these young people are using this substance. And it started home. It's maybe because of this divided Khomasdal community that this parent cannot say no to this child and this man cannot say no to this person. Maybe those are the contributing factors that these children are looking for love somewhere, somehow. And these are our kids, educated children. We cannot just say it's unemployment. Yes, unemployment is there. How are we going to change this system? I believe in sports because I was a footballer then. I believe in sports. There is no, in Khomasdal and Ochumise, we don't have a Premier League team, first division team, or a second division team where young boys can go play. We don't have sports even after school. So with my leadership, I will try to bring those back. Secondly, it's very important to keep youth busy. Give them training. Give them programs where they can learn new skills. Look for donations. and give them what they need at the end of the day. But it's not only my duty as a leader to do that. It's also the community's duty to do and play the same role that the councillor should play. And with that, I believe Khomasdal community will help me to fight drugs and alcohol abuse. I believe in that. All of us sitting here, only one person will win. If I lost my brother, my sisters, I am open to work with anybody that went at the end of the day.
Thank you so much, sir. Next up, we've come to Windhoek West Constituency. Remember, each candidate has only 5 minutes to make your presentation. There we have 3 candidates now. We have Caroline Sofia Dunaiski of IPC. We have Mr. Josia Platt from PDM. And we have Mrs. Belinda Grikwa from Asoli. Or is it Mrs. Brunilde Cornelius from Asoli? I'm so sorry, ma'am. First on the line, Mrs. Caroline Sofia Dunaiski, please step forward.
Good afternoon. I'm a little bit short. My name is Caroline Sofia Dunaiski, and I'm a product of Khomasdal. I started my education in Khomasdal at Emma Greef, and further on to Ella Duplessis. Then after that, I matriculated in Keetmanshoop, because my mother had a friend there, and we were very poor, so she decided to put us in a hostel so that we can finish our education. My background is actually aviation. I have been 35 years in the airline industry, and I normally tell my friends when they ask me, now you want to go from aviation to politics, how does that work? I said, yeah, every time I take off in a plane, I see what is going on down here. So I have an air view to see the wrongs. And after we came back from the international postings, me and my husband, I decided, why should I just sit back and do nothing for the community? I have a passion for children. I have a passion to teach them the love of God. But just in a nutshell, then I have also a master's degree in public management. Gives me a very good understanding of how governance and policies and those things are working. And that's one of the reasons that I decided after 60, go sit down and do nothing is definitely not going to be in my plate. I represent IPC, the official opposition. We are not planning to stay as official. IPC frames its manifesto as a social contract, a covenant between the party and Namibians to build a new Namibia. Because the Namibia we have now, there is no unity, diversity, and opportunity for all Namibians. Namibia, we want a Namibia where everybody, all tribes, are included in everything. Education. So we are not in this game to tribes. We are in this game to build a nation, because only a nation can change what's happening in Namibia. All of us together can bring change. And change is a very difficult subject. It needs to be introduced in stages. It's not an overnight thing. And cultures, of course, are also very difficult to change. So in IPC, we feel strengthening democracy and governance, and we commit one of the things that we are standing for is absolute integrity management, accountability, to stop all these rots that's eating away our country. I want to just make a turn back to Khomasdal. I've been listening nicely to my friends here on the table. One of the important things in societies like this, the time I was walking from Katatura to Khomasdal to come to school, the streets were cleaner. There's not been so much on the floor and all this. Even the bins have actually another space around them where the dirt is also lying on the ground. And there are small children running around in the streets, and they have to stay in an environment like this, and the health issues that is involved in it. IPC also, the economic policy and job creation is very important for us in IPC. And not jobs only for certain people, but jobs for all. Khomasdal, for instance, needs the basics first to be put right. One of the basics in Khomasdal that I see wrong is a fatherless nation. Fathers are absent most of the time. So there is no leadership, especially for sons. So they will grow up and do probably the same to their children. So we need to put in structures in Khomasdal where involve fathers. Because as a Christian, I believe the father is the head. And if there's something wrong with the head, then there's something wrong with the whole structure. Before I even talk about education and all these things, inside the household, we need men to grow up sons. So if I am into this, becoming a counselor, I will have champions in every area. What I mean was champions is health services, there will be a champion. Mental health, same champion. Police affairs, a champion. Because one bird doesn't make summer. So in my office will be other birds bringing in all the problems the community has. And I believe in community-involved governance. There's no way that I can do it alone. Quarterly reports of what was done in Khomasdal and Windhoek West. And why must Windhoek West streets look better than Khomasdal? Both areas are human beings staying. So I will try to bring structures together through involving people in the community, ensure that the office is manned by capable people, not people that are just sitting there and when the person comes and wants to know something, just, hello, those type of slow services. We don't believe in IPC in doing things wrong, or doing it the wrong way. IPC wants an open government, making public data and decision-making more transparent to citizens. We emphasize building capacity in institutions, unity in diversity. IPC is Namibia's cultural and regional diversity, not as a liability, but a strength. We stress that all Namibians, regardless of religion, ethnicity, should feel home and be part of national development. There was a case in Khomasdal of a friend of us, I won't use the surname, a very intelligent girl applied to become a medical doctor. Several times she failed. The parents, not very rich people, and then I went to go do a small research. How many children from the so-called colored tribes are actually included in this type of programs. Very few. While one tribe overshadows every part of training, education, it's not fair. And then there's something else that is very bad, is that we talk about drugs and alcohol abuse and all those. But let's go back to the basics. Why are the schools not having Bible studies anymore? The churches must play a role in all these things to uplift the community. So, IPC is very serious in changing the status quo, because it's not acceptable what's going on at the moment. We are zero tolerance to tribalism. It's an evil, and we're zero tolerance to these rots. Zero tolerance to eating our country. And in IPC, Dr. Itula will fire you immediately if he just finds out that you are doing something that is not good and taking away funds from. If we are eating this country like we are eating it out of all the rots, where will the money come from? To build hospitals, prisons, churches, playgrounds, the libraries that were mentioned. It's a great need. And in my office, if I get the seat, I will be at the doorstep of every house in Khomasdal with my champions, of course, because one bird does not make summer. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Donaiski. That was Mrs. Caroline Sophia Donaiski of IPC. Next up, we've got Mr. Josia Platt of PDM.
Good day, everybody. My name is Josia Platt. I'm from PDM. I'm a newcomer in politics, but I'm a promise keeper. So we got 5 minutes each, and I observe that some of us don't look at the watches. But I will only give my main points to you, and I will start with crime prevention. We as PDM are concerned about crime, and we will do crime prevention, but we do not believe in the crime preventing, but we believe in rehabilitation and education. So we're going to rehabilitate people and educate them. We're going to also look to sewage issues. If you go around in Khomasdal and Windhoek West, every river you cross, you get a smell. And it's impossible that the COW do not smell it. It's the only people who do not smell it, but all the people smell it, and it's not good. So we're going to do something about it. We're also going to concentrate on the cleaning of riverbeds. It's also going to help in crime prevention. And we all know about the potholes from the one raining season to the next one. It's potholes. But what worries me is the people who fix the potholes, they change it into speed humps. They do not look like pets. It looks like a hump now. So I don't know whether there is inspection afterwards or not, and we must also look into that. And water pipe burst is very important. Sometimes you see water running over the street, and you thought you're by yourself, somebody else already reported. But if you see it, just report it. It do not do any damage, so that the people can know that it is a report. If you reported 10, 20 people, it's not a problem, as long as CAW attend to it. Then the parks, especially Khomasdal parks. I'm a Khomasdal locatie-kind, and the Khomasdal parks, if you pass there are old toppies sitting there in the parks, not kids anymore. But there, where I stay in Corner Lane Street, we got a key to the park. We open it in the morning at 8 and close it at 6, so that nobody can enter there. And it's good to put a fence around it and close it, so that the old toppies, especially the cannabis smokers, stay out of it, because there's a place they hide and where they put the cannabis. And we will also concentrate on drug dealers and drugs, because we want the Namibian police to do the right thing, and that is to rotate the Drug Enforcement Bureau members, so that they cannot stay longer than a year there, so that they can get used to the dealers and get bribes from the dealers. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Platt. That was Mr. Josia Platt of PDM. Lastly, but not the least, we've got Mrs. Brunhilde Cornelius of Asoli.
They say keep the best for last. Goeiemiddag. My naam is Brunhilde Cornelius. My maiden surname is Von François. Het is goed om bekende gezichten vandaag te zien. Sister Erika Bekes, oom Ewart Bekes, oom Adam Nepembe, Horatius Stadhouwer, Gabi Stadhouwer, my ou juffrou Kloppers se dogter van Kamams. I am from Khomasdal. Ek het skool gegaan by Kamams Primêre Skool. Gebore in Namalokasie, toe my ma hulle van ou lokasie afgetrek het. I completed my high school at David Besaidnout. I went to Joburg, studied marketing management. I came back, worked for Namibia Breweries. Sister Erika Bekes was our sister. So there are members here today that I'm coming a long way with. I would like to thank Mr. Bobbeye and the team for organizing this event. Dit is baie belangrik om so by mekaar te kom. Very disappointed, of course, in the attendance. Dis die probleem van ons. Ons kan so vinnig vinger wys. But to these important meetings, we don't care to attend. So baie dankie weer eens. As a former councillor of the city of Windhoek, I served 10 years at the city of Windhoek. In 2009, while I was the Secretary General for RDP, I served my first term, and I was re-elected in 2014 as a City of Windhoek councillor. Now you are maybe wondering, why is she standing here today? Why does she want to go back to council? Hoekom wil sy weer City of Windhoek Council toe gaan? To give you information and an answer. I've been in the politics since 1988, when I joined NANSO. And then it was called the SWAPO NANSO. Now we are the veterans of NANSO. Now, why am I going back? We've been there. We wrote policies. We amended the Local Authority Act. And we left the city officials, hoping and believing that they will bring a better service to you as Khomasdal residents and to the entire residents of Windhoek. But it's just getting worse and worse. Dinge gaan net agter en agter toe. Dit raak nie beter nie. Dit is so sleg dat daar al restaurante in Hoogland Park is wat genoem word Stinking City River Restaurant. Ek weet nie of julle daarvan gehoor het nie. Dis in Hoogland Park in. I want to present to you today why I'm back. I'm sick and tired of political parties making empty promises. And that's why we started a Soli Association, so that we can't be remote controlled. I just want to tell you today, I want to be very honest en vir julle laat weet, as jy sit op 'n council stoel of a political party, you must do and dance according to what the political party says. Verstaan ons dit? And that's why some of us are standing on our own now, because we want to make sure that the policies that we drafted, the local authority amendments that we did, are implemented. That's why some of us are coming back, and not on political party tickets, but on tickets of an association, where you are independent, where you can speak to the residents without fear, without being intimidated, and without being remote control. ASOLE exists only 8 months now. This is our manifesto. I would like to also, after presenting my manifesto as ASOLE, answer many of the questions that were posed by the audience. I would like to start with our vision and mission values. Our vision: to build a Windhoek where every resident lives in dignity and has access to basic services and enjoy equal opportunities to thrive. This is what we did already in the city of Windhoek. But still, our officials are failing the residents. The officials in the city of Windhoek are the technocrats, not the council, not the councillors. So the technocrats are delaying purposefully certain projects, and are making sure that resolutions are not implemented on time. We've been there. Our mission is to advocate for progressive local government reforms, mobilize communities, and implement development-focused programs that prioritize people over politics. Our core values: it's dignity, justice, accountability, empowerment, and integrity. It says so much. Our key priority areas is housing and land reform. Basic services, water, sanitation, electricity, it has been said already. But it is to improve and to make sure what we did are implemented. And that really change must come. And the only way we can do this is with the involvement this time around. There's a big problem in the city of Windhoek. There's no community engagement. There's no reforms, meetings, constituency meetings, meetings with women, with groups of people, to ask the people, we did this, we wrote this policy, is it working? There are so many white elephants, and that's also one of the reasons we are coming back. There's the Bokomoso that was built here, a beautiful building in the northern industrial area for our SMEs. It's a white elephant. There was no consultation. There are the Ochamuise in front of the shops in Ochamuise. For the SMEs, they've built small containers to trade in. White elephants. One of the reasons we are coming back. The pipes, the water pipes in Windhoek. There's a water pipe burst almost every second day in Windhoek and Khomasdal, all over. Why? Because the pipes are old. Die pipe kom van die apartheid. Die jare kom die pipe. Now for us as Soli, we say, when we are elected into the office at City of Windhoek, we want on the budget of City of Windhoek enough money to start replacing all the old outdated pipes in the entire Windhoek. The entire Windhoek. And once we do that, we wait till pipe bursts, then we replace that pipe, and dan wag ons weer, as daar 'n pipe bars, dan replace ons dit. But we say, Asoli will make sure that we have a budget every year. We say we want 2 million. We are replacing pipes in all the locations. Academia, Pionierspark, Khomasdal, oral in die hele Windhoek in. En dan kom pypbarste aan die einde. Jobs and economic opportunities. Please allow me to stand still a little while here at the jobs and the economic opportunities. Ek wil hierdie nou saamvat en dan wil ek nou kom na Khomasdal proper. I want to inform you first of all that Namibia secured 876 million, a German fund for renewable energy and vocational training. Dit was in die koerant eergister. Namibia het van Duitsland 876 miljoen gekry vir renewable energy and vocational training. Now, my beloved people, daar is 'n probleem met ons kinders. Our children are not interested for vocational training. Ons kinders stel nie belang om houtwerk, naaldwerk, swys, al die dinge wat 'n mens met die hand doen. Dit wat die Chinese doen, computers maak, TV's maak, al die goed. Na 35 jaar se onafhanklikheid, were our children supposed to do a lot with their hands? Now, here we have the opportunity again. You know, the local government, the council, is responsible for the SMEs in Windhoek. Are we together? So that's where business starts, with the SME, the entrepreneur. Because the local government have different stages. They take the SME, put the SME at a stall, from there take the SME to a bigger stall. And then later on, when this SME is big enough, this entrepreneur, to have his own business, Then this SME employs people. Now we are talking about employment. SME is someone that sells something or makes something with their hands and sells it. Now we, ons kinders, ons hou nie daarvan om dinge te maak met ons hande nie. Teen hierdie tyd, we were supposed to make TVs, radios, cell phones, motor vehicles, you name it. But we don't like it. And why I'm bringing this to you is, Khomasdal, Mr. Bobbeye, you asked the question today, if you are elected, what will you do for our people in Khomasdal? The drug abuse, our children on the streets. You even mentioned something that hurt me so much today, that our children in Khomasdal are walking around like zombies. Right? So, if there's nothing to do for them, what else can they do? So now Asoli says, we want to tap in on the millions that's donated so that we can empower our youth, our SMEs to create jobs, so that we can encourage our children in Khomasdal and in Windhoek to be part of the vocational training. Because only when you are part of the vocational training, then you can, on the end of the day, start something small, grow and employ people. So, to take the kids off the streets and this drug abuse, we need to have conversations with our communities as a local government. We must talk to our people and inform them, these are the programs, this is how you apply, this is what you need to do. The other issue that Asoli is saying, we want to do away with the problematic applications of licenses, business fitness certificates. It takes forever. Building plans when you want to build your house. All those are so cumbersome. We want to do away because this is frustrating not only me and you, but especially our youth to apply for anything they want to do. On the youth skills development, we want to establish community youth centers, promote sports and arts programs. Now, when we talk about sports and arts youth programs, we have Khomasdal Stadium here, and we have since COVID, we have the people there on Khomasdal Stadium. We have sufficient land in Windhoek to relocate those people ASAP and revive the Khomasdal Stadium and bring back the glory of the Khomasdal Stadium. But then we must have engagement with the community to ask the community, what is it that you want? So that we can have sports activities that's till late at night. We must start to copy what our brothers and sisters do outside in New York, Washington. There's activities, baseball, basketball, volleyball. Many activities and sports are played 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at night. What are our children doing here in Windhoek? Only the club and the vape. So we can take away the vape and the club and pull them to the sports field, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Windhoek is the capital of Namibia. If we lead by example, the other towns will also follow. Safety and security. I'm so sorry that my colleague is not here today. Ms. Belinda Griqua was a city police officer for 32 years. And because of the crime, drug abuse that's escalating in Windhoek, after her retirement in September, she decided to join Asoli. Ms. Belinda Griqua was chairperson of many neighborhood watch communities in Windhoek, and she knows the law. And with Ms. Belinda Griqua's expertise, we really want to tackle crime in Windhoek, drug abuse in Windhoek. Believe you and me, some leaders are even involved, and some of our police officers on the payroll of drug lords. We will push for increased street lighting, more police visibility, community policing to have the community involved. And then last but not least, if we clean Windhoek, like Brother U.S. Platt said, then we can do away with crime. I want to leave you with the following, that you know why city councillors are not performing. City councillors are on the payroll of City of Windhoek as temporary councillors. All of them are working. Me too. I was working. They are working at the hospital, at whichever institution, and the council duties are just temporary. It's just a vakansie, lekker extra income. So now, as Soli say, we want the amendment of the Local Authority Act to end the outdated practice of electing a new mayor and new management committee every December. This short-term approach creates instability and prevents meaningful progress. We want full-time councillors for Windhoek. The city's size and complexity requires councillors who are fully committed. Part-time councillors cannot dedicate the time needed to solve residents' problems. The implementation of the Local Authority Reform White Paper is 'n ander kopseer, né, oom Ewart. Central government must stop interfering with the local authority. Decentralization must be real, not cosmetic anymore. My dear people, we want to urge you to vote for us solely, to bring change. We have the experience. We've been there, and we want you to support us to come back and change and do what was supposed to be done many years ago. I thank you.
Thank you, Madam Cornelius. That was Mrs. Brunilde Cornelius of Asoli. We are almost at the end of the program, so please bear with us as we are moving on to the question and answer session for the three candidates which we had. Our first candidate was Mrs. Caroline Sofia Tunaiski. Please put up the hand. Then we had Mr. Josia Platt of PDM. Mrs. Caroline Tunaiski is from IPC, ne? And Mrs. Brunilde Cornelius of Asoli. Please, the floor is yours. Any question? Yes, sir.
I have it. Good afternoon, Khomasdal community. My name is Sam Billy David. I'm also a candidate for local authority in Windhoek. I just have a few questions to the candidates seated in front. And I just want to challenge them with few questions. as we all know that leadership is about people, the issue and the solution. I was just listening to them, and I never hear any of them speaking about the Constituency Development Fund, which was recently passed in the National Council. So my question is, if next year one of you is elected, what will be your first action plan in the first year with that Constituency Development Fund? And how and what are you going to do to make sure that that fund is not mismanaged? That's the first question. The second thing is that we have observed that in the past that there's a little flexibility in terms of project implementation. Sometimes our councillor might have good intention, good plan, and those plans are going to be approved in their last year, for instance. So what are you going to do? I know some of you are going to be part of the National Council. What plan do you have so that to make sure that the projects that are approved in the last year of your tenure can proceed? Because sometimes a good project was just approved in the last year, then next year another council is here, then this one is coming with their own plan, this one can be packed. So, and that could be a challenge in terms of service delivery. So, do you have any idea or any policy that maybe you are thinking of so that you can cover your good plan that you have in that 5 years tenure? I was just in Norway recently, and everything in Norway is just digital. So, but now here in Namibia, or let's say here in Windhoek, we have a huge gap. The informal settlement, the underdevelopment and developed area. So kids in the development area, they have no access to computer, no access to anything because there's no infrastructure, there's no electricity, so to say. How are we going to close off that gap so that we transform everything into a digital form? There was another question, but I cannot remember it now.
Thank you, sir.
I forgot it, but
Thank
I'll
you.
come back. Thank you.
Yeah. I will now give opportunity. Yes, we will come to you. I will now give opportunity to the three candidates to answer. Please kindly be brief. No, it's only the three of now. Only the Windhoek West constituency. They say your question is very technical, but we will try to answer it as best we can.
I'll try to answer that question, but it was a little bit technical. But the basic understanding of anything that happens in a previous management team, my understanding of management has to be handed over to the next, because it's already authorized and it cannot just be stopped. So the incoming person must fight and stand by it and bring it to the floor and make sure it happens, instead of just forgetting about that, because it could be something good that was already put through, so why must it just stop?
Are we done? Is there no more response? Okay, the next question. We've got the question from the lady there. The mic, please. Sound. Sound.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Good afternoon. I have a few questions. The first one I'd like to ask to the keynote speaker, the lady that spoke last. I'm sorry I did not get your name. You mentioned you were part of City of Windhoek, but now you told us about what you are going to do. We want to know, what we would like to understand is, as someone who was already inside the system, what exactly did you do? What tangible results can you point to? And I must be honest that I'm very disappointed by most of the people that spoke about youth. Not a single person could reference any engagement we have had with youth or provide any statistic to show what young people actually want. I can say with confidence that no one in this room understands the youth or has direct access to them, like I do. Yet all of you spoke based on assumptions of what you think we want, instead of what we have actually expressed or what we really want. And ma'am, I would also like to update you because I believe there may be a misinformation on your side regarding the registration process at BIPA. As a young person, I have been to BIPA so many times with so many young people, and the registration process is not the way it used to be before. You apply for your name and you can get your name approved this year. I mean, you apply today, your name will be approved the same day. If you are fast enough, you can get your registration document within 3 days. So that will not be an issue because of the system, but it will be because of us. Another question I have is for the IPC candidate. As a young person, I want to ask you this directly. I've seen some of your posts on social media where you talk about inclusivity, yet in the same breath you like and repost many tribalist posts, especially against Ovambo tribes, and frame your campaign as power to the Namas. How will you ensure that tribal language is not used as a political strategy, even indirectly? What steps will you take to make sure your platform does not deepen division? You speak about change. What systems, bylaws, and community structures are you planning to reform in Windhoek West? What experience or track record can you present that shows you can manage the diversity, complexity, and responsibility of an urban constituency like Windhoek West? As someone who wants to be a councillor of Windhoek West, what is your plan for the constituency as a whole? I did not really hear about your plan, but I've heard about what IPC does, this and that. Not for one group, but for all residents. Windhoek West is diverse. What concrete policies or programs do you have for Windhoek West? Not ambitions. I want to know on the youth unemployment, housing and rental affordability, safety and community policing, SMEs and township economy support. And I also want you to tell me, madam, what is the difference between a regional councillor and a local authority councillor? So you can explain to us the mandate, because I believe a lot of our candidates here do not understand the difference between the two. And the last lady that spoke here mentioned about City of Windhoek is failing. I want to ask, whose fault is it? Firstly, the mayor of City of Windhoek is IPC. And out of 15, 10 seats belong to opposition. Can you please answer that for me? Thank you.
Thank you kindly. Yeah, the sound is, the sound, people can't hear. People can't really hear. Even I cannot make out some things. The sound must be balanced a little bit.
1, 2.
Let's first stick to her. Let's first answer the questions of us. And I think for now, you will be the last person to ask a question, because we are way over our time now. The time limit there?
Yeah, thank you very much for your questions, but honestly, I heard maybe 2 of your questions or comments. The sound, when we sit here, we can't hear. And I would like to answer you all your questions, but let me answer the ones that I've heard. First of all, you were mentioning about the youth involvement and what the youth want and so on, something like that, that it is not what you want as the youth. Is that not? Okay, let's leave that one. Let me answer on the one when I spoke about the delays and the endless long waiting for services on the systems. Then you refer to BIPA, how smooth it goes. Am I correct? Okay. When I spoke about the applications for fitness certificates, the applications for licenses, I was referring to the City of Windhoek services. That's what I was referring to. I'm also a business owner, and I can testify and agree with you how speedy you get your documents from BIPA. So that one, I was referring to the cumbersome City of Windhoek applications. I was even mentioning when you apply for a building plan, it takes forever. And those are the delays of the City of Windhoek technocrats. And then you wanted to know something about what I did as a councillor or what we did when we were in council. Okay. Let me stand up. I want to make it categorically clear. I want everybody to understand. When you are outside and you are activist and you are not part of the system, you are not a councillor, regional councillor or local authority councillor. It is easy. But once you are in the council, you are guided by the Local Authority Act and you are guided by the Regional Act. And you have to adhere to that. So for me to say, me, Brunilde Cornelius, achieved the following, it's impossible. Because I don't know if you listened well. I said, I was in council on a political party ticket. And when you are in council, you serve collectively as councillors. So if you ask me today, what did Brunilde Cornelius achieve? Brunilde Cornelius did not achieve. The City of Windhoek Council, doesn't matter the councillors from different political parties, all of the council achieved. Am I missing something? I'm trying to answer or explain to you. Am I not? I'm trying to, because it's not good to laugh when someone is talking. It's disrespectful. When you pose the questions, even I couldn't hear. I tried my best. So be informed that a council is collectively implementing resolutions coming from the residents, implementing resolutions coming from the business community, approving development deals of land, sanitation, water, so many. I can't speak because this gentleman is showing me the hands. Thank you very much. If you want to talk to me, you can come and see me personally.
Thank you. I think we've come at the end of the program, but before we disperse, kindly remain. I have to take control of the situation. We've come to the part where we want to thank everybody for having come to this meeting. First of all, I would like to thank the City of Windhoek. Janine, who is working in that small office in the corner in particular, for availing this venue for us in all these chairs and these tables and all these wonderful things. Thank you, City of Windhoek. We would like, I do not see the city police here. We asked them to come. Are they here? Oh, they are here. our lovely people. Thank you for keeping the city safe. We believe in you. Thank you for being here. Thank you to the NBC crew, TV crew who is here for your live broadcast and also for your sound equipment. We extremely appreciate that. All the election candidates, there from Mr. Platt, Mr. Haukongo, Mrs. Paulse, Mrs. Tunaiski, Mrs. Brunilda, who is there, Mr. Gabriel. Sorry if I don't call you on your surname. Mr. Garweb, who's just gone. Thank you for having come, for buying out the time. You show us that you care for us, that you are here for us, that you mean business with us, that you mean business for us. Your presence alone tells us that you care for us, that you care for Khomasdal. Thank you for having brought out the time to come. Everybody who is in attendance, thank you for coming. You are very, very important, especially if you are from Khomasdal. Especially if you are from Khomasdal constituency. Even there, with the Blakkie Seisiki, Silvertown, and there in the Blankhuise of Windhoek West. Thank you for coming to this meeting. I would like to thank our helpers and acknowledge them by name. Mr. Ernest Gille, Donna Jalen Farmer, Edson Farmer, Evelina Simbilinga, Patrina Petrus, and Remus Petersen. Thank you so much for your help. We really do appreciate you people. I have to thank the supporters in Khomasdal Times. If you are not a member of Khomasdal Times yet on Facebook, and that is where everything starts, in Khomasdal Times on Facebook, join Khomasdal Times and see what the people talk about, the issues which are on the ground in Khomasdal, Greater Khomasdal. People we have seen here, what came out here is Khomasdal is split in two. The one part of Khomasdal, which is Khomasdal constituency, is also that part is split in two. You've got your formal Khomasdal and you've got your informal Khomasdal. Both have different needs. That is what came out. We have seen Windhoek West. The needs of Windhoek West are different from the needs of Khomasdal also. But we have to pay attention to all these needs. Not just to Silvertown. Not just to the poor. We have also to pay to the needs, attention to the needs of the rich even. They also have got needs. Doesn't matter what those needs are. They are also taxpayers, they are also nationals, they are also Namibians. Each and every Namibian, I repeat it again, deserve to be treated with respect, irrespective of your race, irrespective of where you come from. Just one fact alone is enough. We all are human beings. We all breathe, we all walk, we all need water, we all need food, we all need houses, we all need all these basic amenities and basic things in life. All of us breathe oxygen. I didn't see anybody else in life that breathes stikstof of koolsuurgas. We all breathe oxygen. Perhaps it has become time for Khomasdal to be split. If you do not give the necessary attention to our people are not a no man's land. Remember that if you get elected. Our people are not a no man's land. Our people's hearts cannot be played like this anymore. Their feelings cannot be played like this anymore. Our people cannot be forgotten like this anymore. Our people cannot be left behind like this anymore. This is my voice speaks for Khomasdal. My voice speaks for my people. I am my people. I am my people's voice. And you shall abide to the voice of Khomasdal from now on. Thank you. Let us all please rise for our national, for the AU anthem and thereafter the national anthem. And when we come to the national anthem, I want to do a thing that has never been done in Namibia before. Think of the lyrics of the national anthem. Think of those words in the national anthem. And what do those words mean for you? If you are singing the national anthem now, do so prayerfully and do so contemplatively. Hulle se bloed het nie verniet gevloei nie. My great-grandfather, my mother worked her hands off for Khomasdal and for this nation. And their blood het nie verniet gevloei nie. Dis nie net sekere mense se bloed wat gevloei het nie. It's not just certain people and a certain tribe. All of us helped build Namibia. All of us helped build Khomasdal. Thank you. Let us sing the two anthems, please.
Let us all unite and celebrate together the victories won for our liberation. Let us dedicate ourselves to rise together to defend our liberty and unity. Oh, sons and daughters of Africa, flesh of the sun and flesh of the sky, let us make Africa the tree of life. Namibia, land of the brave freedom fight, we have won. Glory to their bravery, whose blood waters our freedom. We give our love and loyalty, together in unity, contrasting beautiful Namibia, Namibia, our country. Beloved land of Savannas, hold high the banner of liberty. Namibia, our country. Namibia, motherland, we love thee.
Namibia, go in peace.